With that left hand, sticking that left hand out. The champion is beating back in the corner. No! Oh, just nearly floored the champ. A leaping hook from the exhausted champ offside. Creed doesn't know where he is. It's blind instinct. Bilbo is staggering from exhaustion, but now it's all conviction and guts. Climb up now! Ties him up, and now the Russian throws Creed across the ring. It is Drago with the upper hand now. Drago with the left to the midsection. Drago with the left to the hand. Drago with the right hand. Another right hand. Another right hand. Thrown by Drago. And Creed stay up. Take so much punishment. No!
Joe, the king of the workers of the world.
Hi, folks.
Joe's the king because he can buy more with his wages than any other worker on the globe. Now, what makes it possible for Joe to earn such a good living? He's no smarter than workers in other countries.
Are you kidding?
He's no stronger than workers in other lands.
Oh, yeah? Well, just watch me. Ow!
Just because Joe's an American doesn't mean...
Yeah? Well, being an American is the best thing in the... Oh! My back!
Sure, being an American is great, but how could you be superior to any foreigner when you or your folks might be any one of a dozen different races or religions? So, if you're no Superman, it must be the American way of doing things that makes you the luckiest guy in the world.
I don't think I'm so lucky.
You don't? Well, let me show you.
Hey, what's that gadget? Television?
No, it's a time machine. Just pull that lever. You'll see how people worked 100 years ago.
Hey, this I like.
Oh, that's too far back. Try again. We want to stop at 1850.
Who's the character?
That's your grandfather, Joe.
Oh.
He had to work 69 hours a week to earn a living because he had only inexpensive hand tools and his own strength to help him make things. Your grandfather was a powerful man, yet his strength equaled only 1/10 of a horsepower. You have hundreds of horsepower in this costly giant of a machine to multiply your strength and efficiency 1,000 times. This makes it possible for you to earn more than any worker in history. And still have leisure time each day to enjoy life.
So I'm lucky. But what about the rich guy who does nothing while I do the work?
True, there are rich people who contribute nothing. And there are poor people who contribute the same. But most of the invested capital that buys the tools you use comes from your fellow Americans. 40 million of us have money in the banks. This invested capital buys the tools which make a man's labor worth more because he produces more. In China, for example, where there is practically no capital available for investment in plants or tools, a man's labor is not worth very much. A coolie takes 10 days to move 10 gallons of kerosene 100 miles at a freight cost of 10 cents a gallon. An American railroad worker takes only 2 hours to move 100,000 gallons of kerosene 100 miles at a freight cost of 1 cent a gallon. The coolie makes 10 cents a day. An average American railroad worker makes $10 a day, or 100 times more than the coolie. Our industrial progress is largely the result of the competitive struggle between companies to capture the market to increase profits. Huge sums are spent each year to make a better product to sell for less. Yet, regardless of how much money is spent, the American way of doing things makes it possible for more people to own their own homes. We're only 7% of the world's population, but we have 50% of the radios, the world's telephones. To enjoy the peace and quiet of the beautiful countryside. As we drive about in 72% of the world's automobiles. Under the protection of our freedoms, American labor, management, and capital, the greatest production team in the history of mankind, have made the United States the industrial master of the world. Capital must continue to provide industry with the funds to create new tools and plants. Labor and management must continue to increase the production of better goods at lower prices so that more people will be able to buy the things that make life easier and happier for all of us. Then Joe will continue to be the king of the workers of the world.
You said it, brother.
Is many things to many people. To a 17-year-old kid, it's the malt shop on the corner. It's church on Sunday morning. And to Dad, it's his favorite relaxation. It's freedom to work at the job you like. Freedom of speech and to peaceably assemble. From unlawful search or seizure.
Where's your warrant, Flatfoot?
Made America strong.
Okay, so we got our freedom. But management's lousing up everything.
Labor is at fault. It's ruining the country. My constituents, as your elected representative, I can assure you Labor's right. Management's right. I'm strictly neutral.
Labor, management, politicians, fooey. They can't tell corn from oats.
Wait!
Hurry, step right up, folks. Here's the answer to your problems. Dr. Utopia's sensational new discovery, ism. Ism will cure any ailment of the body politic. It's terrific. It's tremendous.
And Uncle Angus, and Grandpappy, and Mr. Titus. When Joe's friends and relatives used their savings to help him buy tools and property, they were capitalists. Don't blush, folks. It's nothing to be ashamed of. Now,
Богатая старуха в одной стране жила. Богатая старуха внезапно умерла. Остался без хозяйки угрюм и одинок, такой же, как хозяйка, породистый бульдог. Заветный час настал. Наследники узнали к позору своему, что все, увы, досталось бульдогу одному. Озолотил любимца своего. Квартира в самом центре, на 5-й авеню. Шеф-повар составляет на каждый день. Согласно завещанию, живет при нем слуга. Он ездит с ним на скачки, на гонки, на бега. Огни реклам над городом пылают, как пожар. Пес едет... Уже не узнает. С бульдогом интервью. Бульдог в них излагает позицию свою, собачью точку зрения на космос, на прогресс. И вот уже он избран на выборах, как делать капитал.
Y cuando pensábamos que este enfrentamiento solo se reflejaba en películas hechas por actores de carne y hueso, llega Fievel, una película de dibujos animados estrenada en 1987 que no esconde en absoluto su mensaje anticomunista. Una familia de ratones rusos prepara su viaje a América escapando de la tiranía de los gatos que gobiernan su país. Creemos que no hay película que destaque más el desprecio hacia los comunistas que esta peculiar animación.
Pero no hay gatos en América y las calles de queso son.
Ay. Quería matarme.
No creo que esto sea una buena idea.
March, estoy de acuerdo contigo en teoría. En teoría, el comunismo funciona. En teoría.
La Unión Soviética está dispuesta a ofrecer amnistía a su embarcación.
¿La Unión Soviética no se había desintegrado?
Eso es lo que queríamos que creyeran.
Berlín unificado. ¿Y qué bonito es?
Muere el capitalismo.